Welcome back to the Addicted to Madden channel. This is the setup video for the Wildcat scheme. There's two things you have to do in order to run this scheme. Number one, you have to make a custom playbook and select one of the Wildcat formations that has the passing plays in it. The second thing you have to do when you actually are in a game, you're going to scroll the packages over until your quarterback is the one that's taking the snap. It has to be the quarterback or backup quarterback, but it has to be a quarterback. It can't be the running back or a receiver or anything else. If you don't do these two things, you won't be able to audible between the plays. And the reason why you want to do that is that way you're not stuck calling just the one play. So that even though the power play is the beast play, if a guy stacks the strong side of the field, you can audible into another Wildcat play. There's two Wildcat formations that have passing plays. The one you're looking at right now, halfback Wildcat U, has 4 plays: the jet sweep, the power run, the counter run, and the play action jet sweep. The counter run doesn't really work that well. I selected it just in case I might use it, but it really doesn't work that well. I didn't select the jet sweep because I can just pick power and then run the jet sweep with the power. I can hand it off, and you'll see that when I go into practice mode. And then of course the play action jet sweep play, that's the passing play that you're going to need. This formation is not as good as the other one. You can run it, but you're not going to have as much success as the other one. Trips over is the better one. There's 6 plays there. Again, you're going to want the power play. Counter, I took it just in case, but it's not really that great of a play. The play action jet sweep, the actual jet sweep, like I said, you don't need that. You can just run power and turn that into a jet sweep. The blast to the right is not a good running play. It's not a good play at all. And then the play action jet cross is another good passing play. So I'm going to show you all this in practice mode. I'm not going to show you any footage of the counterplay in this, and I'm actually not going to show you any footage of that first formation in the first place, just because this is the better one. If you know, you might as well just use the better formation. I just wanted to show you that there are 2 formations that exist that you could run this scheme out of, but you really want to use trips over. So that's what I'm going to show you footage of at the end of the video. So this is how my audibles are laid out. For halfback Wildcat U, I've got power, counter, and then play action jet sweep. And for trips over, it's power, counter, play action jet cross, and play action jet sweep. Now I want to show you the layout of these formations. The reason why I don't like halfback Wildcat U is because you have a quarterback out there as a wide receiver, and even if you scroll through the packages to change, instead of your halfback taking the snap, it being your quarterback, which you'll see in a little bit, it just replaces that quarterback with another one out on the wide receiver. So, and he's not going to be a good blocker. So as you can see there, it just puts in the backup quarterback. So he's not going to block. Plus you got another slot receiver out there. There's just too many players on the strong side, and that's where the run is going to go. So it just doesn't seem to work as well. If trips over didn't exist, then I would use this one, but since trips over does exist, that's the better one. Now you're looking at trips over. You can see on the strong side, you have a wide receiver out there that will actually block better than a quarterback. Plus, he's actually kind of in the slot. He's not actually lined up wide all the way out to the sideline. He's in the slot there, so he can seal that edge a lot better. So it just works a lot better. And again, you can scroll through, put your quarterback in there. You're not going to have any other quarterbacks on the field trying to block anybody. So this is definitely the better formation. Plus, it has 2 passing plays, and this is the one that you're going to have a lot of success with. Now, to call the audibles, you're still going to press the square button or X if you use an Xbox, but you won't see the plays. You actually have to use the right analog stick to scroll through them. So when you bring up the box, if you press down, that gives you your second audible. And if you press to the right, that gives you your third audible. And if you press to the left, you get the 4th audible. And pressing up will give you the first audible. So the first play we're looking at here, the power play. Of course, this is the grandfather of this scheme. You're going to run this play, like I said, about 85% of the time. And running it just like that, where you run it with your quarterback and wait for the defense to suck them in and then toss it out to the running back. That's going to work the best. You're going to run this 85% of the time and have a lot of success. Sometimes you will be able to keep it with the quarterback as well, and that, that can work too. Like right here, I just keep it with the quarterback, and I still get the same yardage. So you can do that. You're gonna want a mobile quarterback, of course, in order to even be able to do that. But most of the time, you're gonna be running it where you're doing the toss, and even when they know you're doing it, it's so hard to stop. So again, I don't know if this is considered a glitch or what, but some people don't really care. If they find a play like this, they'll use it. And I mean, it's not perfect. I mean, sometimes depending on block sheds, you can never plan for the random block sheds that'll happen. And so it's not like you're always 100% of the time going to get a long run, but it does work. It works well enough that you can pretty much just go ahead and run this most of the time, and you're still gonna beat people. And this play can also be used as an actual jet sweep instead of calling the jet sweep play. This would make a better jet sweep if you hand it off to the running back as if it was a read option play, which you can do. You'll have that pulling guard because it's a power play, which is you'll have an extra blocker than you would if you ran the regular jet sweep. That's the reason why I don't ever actually select the jet sweep. When I made the custom playbook, I didn't even pick jet sweep because if I really want to do a jet sweep, I'll just call power and then just hand it off to the running back. It doesn't work as well as the natural way though to run the. You should still just run the power play regular. Just run it with your quarterback and then toss it at the end. That works much better. As you saw when I was doing that, I was getting touchdowns almost every time. Whereas when you try to run the jet sweep, the blocking pretty much has to be perfect to get these long runs. So I feel it's better to just go ahead and run it regularly, but you do have the option to use it as a jet sweep if you want. Alright, now for the passing plays. These are actually pretty difficult to run because you're dealing with an unbalanced offensive line. You basically have no left tackle. You've got your tight end where your left tackle would be, and then you've got your left tackle over where your tight end would be. So therefore, that left side of the formation, if they send a blitz over there, you're in a lot of trouble. So you've got to make your reads extremely fast. So for this play action jet sweep play, of course you have your triangle. The triangle is the tight end, and then you have a circle as your wide receiver. When running this play, I would look for the tight end just to see if he's covered at all. And if it's a zone, then I'm going to throw it to circle real quick because he's going to kind of, he's basically going to clear, the tight end's going to clear it out for circle. But otherwise, you can throw it to the tight end. And like I said, you have to be quick. You're going to want to practice this a lot because you've seen that I've thrown a couple of picks, and you're going to have to be really, 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 really fast with your reads here. You can't mess around with this one. So it's, you're going to want to practice it. And the final play in this scheme is play action jet cross. I actually like this one more than the play action jet sweep because it's a mesh concept which works against man and zone. They cross each other, so even if a user tries to D this up, they're not going to be able to guard both guys at the same time. They're not going in the same direction. So I like this one a little bit more. It's a little bit easier to read, and it's a quicker read. And like I said, you have to be fast with these reads. I'm usually looking for triangle, but sometimes circle is the better option, and sometimes you can even hit the running back that squeaks out to the right. The guy that's actually doing the jet sweep play action part of it. Sometimes he's open if they just drop the coverage on the sideline there, like right there. You can hit him up. Actually, that wasn't the best example, but I have thrown it to him and gotten lots of yards. So this is a really good play to run. 2 passing plays in this scheme, and it works really well. Anyways, this concludes everything that I have for the Wildcat scheme. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you watch the other ones as well. Go ahead and try this against your opponents and against the computer. Let me know if you like it. Leave some comments, and I appreciate you watching.